Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to us. What do you got for Pisces, gang? In Pisces season, might I add, mid-March, what is happening? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. In mid-March, what's the energy, what's the vibe? And while we get this card out, I just want to once again wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Whether it's already passed, whether it's still coming up, I hope you have a fantastic one. And get ready to start another beautiful year on this planet. Let's get one card out here for you, though. What do we have? I mean, the energy's been pretty intense this Pisces season. It's all good, though. All right, so this is a big card of perspective. I often link this to Gemini for one reason or another. Now, yes, this is not a tarot deck. It's an oracle. But there's just something about the twins. It's like Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. And it could just link to perspectives on certain things. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have these two individuals that look like twins. They're both holding up that mask, and it's like one is looking through each eye. So, of course, whenever we see masks, we could think of like hidden things, or there's more to something, there's more than what it seems. Of course, we could walk down that road. But a big thing I always pick up here, like I already mentioned, is perspective. So regardless of the situations you're dealing with, whether you're dealing with some good things, whether you're dealing with some rough things, this to me is a card of empathy, putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Okay, now it especially works if you're going through some difficult situations or difficult feelings and emotions. It's like, all right, let me detach myself emotionally from something and try to take a look at it from the outside looking in, or from somebody else's perspective, right? And I know Piscean, especially since my rising sign is Pisces, most of us are pretty empathetic individuals, and we do this at baseline, right? We try to be considerate of people where they're coming from. So again, with whatever it is you're dealing with, it's important to look at things from multiple sides for one reason or another, or try to put yourself in different shoes. So we're going to put them down. They could keep chilling out behind their mask. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces, gang. What do we got in mid-March? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Serious Warning. Okay, now normally I title readings like that when there's an energy in there that concerns me, and there was a ton of intense energy. There was like some funky stuff, possible funky people, and it was my suggestion for a lot of us Pisceans to kind of lay low last week. So hopefully you haven't been going through too much difficulty, but we're going to see what shows up for you this week. Hopefully we turn it around. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces here in mid-March. What do we got going on? Thank you. All right, 3 of Pentacles. So it's like this interesting energy where it's like different perspectives, different viewpoints, especially with this 3 of Pentacles. This is a big card of career and work, and we'll talk about it further. But, you know, whenever any 3 comes out in a tarot reading, we're talking possible groups of people. Let's get a couple more here. Okay. Okay, 7 of Wands. Neutral. I'm feeling neutral about this so far. That's not a bad thing. It's a determined card. But let's get one more out here for you. What we got? Could be something here about helping them. Boom. Okay. So right here on the back end, this is an energy. I already feel like this could be something like breaking through or breaking loose. Okay, that it could be good. I feel like it's good. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you're one of the few signs this week of the whole zodiac that has a nice even mixture of elements. And you know, I always look at the elements because it tells me like how the energy's moving or what areas we might want to focus on. We have earth, fire, and water. These two on the split ends are the comfort zone for Pisces, right? Pisces, the water sign. This is water, and earth is a complementary element as well. The only thing that's a little skeptical right there in the center is the Seven of Wands. So we're going to need to look at that. But this could be different areas of life, right? This could be like personal life. This could be work life. It could be so many different things. So let's just go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we are starting with the Three of Pentacles. This, as with all Pentacle energy, it could focus on career, work. It's an easy flowing, easy going, structured type of energy. So it does not move fast whatsoever. And I could say that with both cards here in the front, they're not really moving, or they're not moving fast. Now, the Three of Pentacles, you see the people, they're all together in a group. So of course it could represent group dynamics aside from the whole work and career, whether it's your circle of friends, whether it's your family, you name it. This is like a community of people or multiple people. So this might just show us an energy of somebody that you're closely connected to, that we might want to take a closer look at. Now, usually this is a card of teamwork, people working together as a unit. It could represent assistance and help. So there might be certain things you're dealing with or going through. Maybe you need a second opinion. Maybe you need a little assistance. Maybe there's somebody that you can help, right? Maybe there's going to be someone that asks you for assistance. But like we were saying with that first card, to me, there's multiple people, multiple viewpoints. So for whatever things you're going through right now, there might be more than one way to chop down a tree, if that makes sense. Or there might be more than one way to reach the result you want. So we'll see what's up with that. Obviously, the downside of the Three of Pentacles, it could be an energy that gets muddied. It could represent people that don't work well together in a group. So we're just going to have to see. Now, moving to the center, another intense type of vibe going on here. We have the Seven of Wands, and this card could either be really, really good or really, really challenging. And we see this individual, they're standing up there, looks like they're fending off a whole group of people. Now, let's go with the positives first. When I see the Seven of Wands, I think of somebody that's never going to give up. It's like, I'm determined, I'm going to see something through. Doesn't matter what gets in front of me or what's blocking me, I'm going to keep pushing and I'm not stopping. This is complete and total determination. But the challenges that come along with this, I mean, this is a strong energy too. It's like pent up, pent up, pent up, and it's about to burst forth. The challenge of it, it can represent problems, situations, and tests from the universe, right? Because this person, they're fending things off, one thing after another after another. Now, on a smaller sense, this could just represent somebody feeling trapped, somebody feeling cornered, like their back's to the wall. So hopefully you're not dealing with any situations where you're feeling like that. But we're going to take the optimistic approach and hope that this is determination and not you feeling trapped. Maybe you just have a little bit of cabin fever. That could be possible too when this card is in the mix. So we'll see. In its worst sense, the Seven of Wands can be very combative. Okay, it can be very confrontational. So when I see it next to the Three of Wands, it's like, oh, there might be somebody in the circle where like, oh, that energy is a little aggressive. That energy is a little too much. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Chariot, another very, very intense energy, and this is where it bursts through. Like I said, it's like this slow, steady, and then this energy is building up, building up, building up. The Chariot is probably the fastest card in the whole entire deck and one of the most intense. It's right up there with the Tower. Now, this does connect to the Cancer collective, so you might have Cancer placements. You might be connected to a Cancerian. That could be very possible with this card, but it's action. It's going, it's moving. It's either moving towards or away from something, and it's doing it quick. This is an energy that's in a hurry. It's very intense. It's very explosive. It could represent distance. It could represent travel. It could represent your mode of transportation. Every single card in the tarot deck has a lot of little sub-messages that connect to it. So, I mean, for some of you, there might be situations involving vehicles and stuff, but that's a very niche type of message. The challenge with the Chariot is sometimes it could be a little too intense. Sometimes it could be a little too explosive and hard to handle, and it can also be combative, right? Because remember, Chariots were made to be instruments of war initially. So when we have the Seven of Wands and the Chariot, these energies are very aggressive and they're going to get it, whatever it is. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Pisces, gang? Please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Three of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to get to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Three of Pentacles. What's happening here? What is going on? Okay, Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. This could be extremely, extremely helpful. I don't know why I'm feeling that. The Ten of Wands in reverse is a really, really good thing. Don't feel like you need to shoulder everything on your own. That's one thing I want to tell some Pisces. And again, this could be a lot of things. This could be work. It could be personal relationships. If you need help, ask for help. If you've been going through a difficult time, ask for assistance if you need it, whether it's from your close friends, family members, co-workers, professionals in certain areas. When I see the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like, if you are having a hard time, don't feel like you have to stay quiet. If you are struggling with anything, don't feel like you have to stay quiet. You can ask for help, and it's going to alleviate the energy in one way or another. Now, again, this energy could be coming from someone that's not even you. This could be someone in your circle where it's like, oh, that person needs a little help. They might need a little hand. They might need a little advice. And listen, as Pisceans are very empathetic, you probably are tuned into that. You probably know, like, something's a little off with that person. But I like this energy because many hands make light work, right? And that could be with personal situations, work things. The Ten of Wands is a card of determination when it's in the upright. It's a card that's burdened, though. It's heavy. It's carrying a lot of weight. So whether it's mental, emotional, it's just very burdened and dragged down. When we see it in reverse, to me, that's a burden easing and burden lifting. So again, if this is somebody you're connected to and they're struggling, maybe you should offer to give a hand or a little advice if they want it. And for you, if there's anything, don't feel like you have to be quiet and just go along. If there's anything that's a little too much for you, if something's draining you, if it's a situation where it's like, oh, I don't even know what to do, don't be afraid to ask for help. Simple. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving here. And I don't know why I said many hands make light work, but it must hit for some of you, right? Let's see what the Seven of Wands has. That does seem to be an uplifting energy in the front. So let's see what the Seven has, because this is where the energy gets a little aggressive. Okay. All right. I mean, I feel like I've seen this for you. We have the Judgment card in reverse. Okay, so this is two things to me, my friends. When I see Judgment in reverse, either one, it is something that's coming back around and returning, which I saw for you like something similar a few weeks ago, and especially with what's going on astrologically, it makes sense to me with like the retrogrades and stuff. There could be various situations popping back up, various situations returning, whether it's like, okay, well, I need to revisit that in my mind and see if things went the way I thought it went. These could be big things and situations returning in a powerful way, especially under the Seven of Wands. I also see somebody fighting against it. That could be a good thing. I guess it depends. Like Seven of Wands with Judgment in reverse, it's like, no, I'm not going to let that happen again. Not going to let that happen again. I'm not going to walk down that road again. So there could be something that you are resisting. And like the energy, it's like putting up a fight. It's putting up a good fight. And we'll see how the energy breaks through on the back end. That's for sure. Judgment in reverse, I mean, the energy just feels like it's very pent up to me. So those are the main things I'm feeling. Now, Judgment, yes, it's karmic. Yes, it's angelic. It could be decisions, choices, making judgment calls about things. But when we see it in reverse underneath the Seven of Wands, maybe there is something where it's like, I don't really know what to do here. I don't know how I should handle this. That could be for a very small piece of you. There could be a certain situation where it's a little up in the air or undecided how you should handle something moving forward. But again, at the same time, when I see it in reverse under the Seven of Wands, it's something that's coming back around. It's like, oh, you can fight it. You can fight it if you want, but something here needs to be revisited. Okay, so it's a very powerful return of something. So let's keep moving over to the Chariot. And we'll see what that has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Chariot here? I will say this, the reading is very intense, but it's not as concerning as it was last week. I will say that. So let's see what the Chariot has here for Pisces, please. Very explosive energy. Boom. And there it is. There it is. I do like this result here on the back end. There's extremely, extremely karmic energy. Either this is a karmic shift or twist of some kind where it's like the universe just spins something for you. It's like it sets it up in a really powerful way. And I'm going to mention why I feel like this is karmic energy starting to peek through. First off, judgment's very karmic. Then strength, also very karmic universal with the infinity symbol. And even the chariot in some senses are too. So with the way the energy feels like it's been pent up, pent up, pent up, I feel like this could either be like a karmic shift, a karmic twist, where it's like, okay, here it comes, boom, and then it just breaks through in a big way. So it's like the universe might set something up. Now, strength is usually a card of character, someone's personality. And remember, we've been talking about determination and seeing things through. When I see this in the upright underneath the chariot, it's like, here you go. Here's the result you wanted. But it just comes on very suddenly. It comes on very, very suddenly. So when I see strength underneath the chariot, it's like, strap in, get ready for this. Like, you wanted it, here you go. It's like the universe kind of saying that. And I mean, I'm not going to say the grass is always greener in regards to things, but if you've been manifesting something, it could be breaking through for you in a very powerful way. But the karmic energy is underlying here in a really powerful way as well. I mean, I guess that's why the energy just feels so intense to me, because there's so much spiritual and karmic energy. So again, on the back end here with the chariot and strength, I feel like this is either a karmic twist or a shift or breakthrough here, where the energy just builds up, builds up, builds up, and then boom, here it is. Here you go. This is what you wanted. Here you go. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadows. The one thing I will continue to say is that there is a certain intensity to your reading this week. That kind of mirrors what I was picking up last week, but I'm not as concerned. If you kindly look in the box before we get to the shadow, position number 1, we have the 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse. I said many hands make light work. If you're struggling with certain things, if you're in any difficult situations, don't be afraid to ask for assistance or help, whether it's from friends, social circle, professionals, whatever it might be, because you could alleviate some stress. Like, there might be more options and routes to get somewhere than you think when we see this. Like, there's multiple options for you. I feel like it's really good, and it's energy moving in a positive way. Moving to the center, we have the 7 of Wands with Judgment in reverse. I did say for some of you, maybe you're dealing with situations where it's like, all right, well, what do I do now? Or it might be up in the air. You don't know which direction to walk down. It's a little indecisive. But aside from that, I feel like it could be something coming back around, returning in a very powerful way. So keep your eyes open for that, whether it's a situation or a person. It's like you could try to fight it off, but this energy is boomeranging back. Moving to the back end, we have the Chariot with the Strength card. This is that powerful, explosive energy where something builds up, builds up, builds up, and it's like the universe throws a little twist or a shift. It's like a karmic breakthrough of some sort. And it could be very intense for you. And it's like, all right, well, this is what you wanted. Here you go. It's like you have it now, but it just feels super intense. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further, Pisces. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card out here right now, Pisces. What's happening? What do we got in the shadows for Pisces? Yeah, so Judgment shows up again. Now, in this deck, the Shadowland Tarot, discretion is the name of the card, but it's literally this Judgment card that we have out here in the main part of the spread. And let's talk about some of the positives of it. Once again, Judgment, it's decisive, it's action, it's karmic, it's moving forward, very, very powerful and intense. So even in the shadows, this karmic energy, this intense energy is moving things along. So, I mean, you probably intuitively feel a lot of this intensity that I'm talking about. Now, the shadow side of Judgment or discretion is just like we saw here, somebody that's like a little flip-floppy. It's like, all right, do I do this? Do I do that? So watch out for like changing your mind about things last second when this card shows up, or like, oh yeah, I want that. No, never mind. Now I don't. There could be something coming up that you need to be very firm about the direction that you're going to take when this card shows up. But again, the big warning shadow side of this card is the intensity, and that's been all throughout the reading, Pisces. So you should have a very interesting week, my friends. But yeah, that's what I have for you this week, Pisces. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live, but for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey, and you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.